As the nation struggles in the economic recession waters, prominent Nigerians continue to give their thoughts on way out of the quagmire.
We need a united Nigeria.
And the former President Goodluck Jonathan says unity is key for Nigeria's development. We meet with President Muhammadu Buhari today at the presidential villa. And that's our focus on the program. Many thanks for joining in, everyone. What a wonderful Wednesday evening. Welcome to Politics Today live on Channels Television, where we're reaching you from our global headquarters in Lagos. I'm Sheun Okinbaloye. Let's a quick look at some of the top political stories we're following right here, right now.
Political roundup on Channels Television. Here are your top political stories this time.
In a place he called home, former President Goodluck Jonathan today visited the Aso Rock Villa, where he held a closed-door meeting with President Muhammadu Buhari. Speaking to State House correspondents after the meeting, the former president said he came to give an update to President Buhari on his trips abroad as an AU ambassador. On the situation in the Niger Delta, the former president called on the militants to sheath their swords, saying that no one should make any attempt to balkanize this country.
We balkanize the country into small components who will all be forgotten by the world.
And as the Edo State governorship election in September draws closer, the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, and the police have reminded political parties and their candidates of the implication of comments capable of undermining the existing peace in the state during their campaign rallies. The agencies gave their reminder during a meeting of the Interagency Consultative Committee on Election Security with political parties, leaders and their candidates in Benin City, the Edo State capital.
I would also like to mention Section 95(1), which stipulates that no political campaign or slogan shall be tainted with abusive language likely to injure religious, ethnic, tribal, or sectional feelings.
And as the budget padding allegations controversy rages with the appearance of Honorable Abdulmumin Jibrin at the APC headquarters, more reactions have continued to trail the allegation. This time, a group under the aegis of African Media Roundtable Initiative has advised the former chairman of the House Appropriations Committee, Abdulmumin Jibrin, to strengthen the nation's democracy by approaching the courts. The executive director of African Media Roundtable Initiative, Olabode Adeyemi, while addressing a news conference in Abuja, stated that the recent allegations by Honorable Jibrin against the speaker is an unnecessary distraction.
Instead of inviting whatsoever anti-graft agency, let any lawmaker that is not satisfied with what has happened go to court.
And you're up to date. Those are your top political stories you need to know.
Many thanks for staying with us, everyone, and those are some of the top political stories we're following. Let's get deeper into some of the issues, shall we? Well, former President Goodluck Jonathan today met with President Muhammadu Buhari at the presidential villa. The former president says he has always visited the president, only that he does that mostly at night. Well, we do know that politicians do most things at night. We're talking to journalists about what he discussed with the president. Jonathan says the issue of unity is key for Nigeria to experience the sort of development it desires.
We need a united Nigeria. And I always emphasize that Nigeria is great. It's not because of oil. So many countries produce more oil than Nigeria, but nobody noticed them. We are great because of our size, the human resources we have, the diversity we have. So if we balkanize the country into small components, we will all be forgotten by the world.
Well, and on the issue of the Niger Delta and the violence in that region, as a leader in that region, of course, a lot of people will want to know what exactly he feels about the situation in the Niger Delta region.
You see that not just about me, but all the traditional rulers, elders, and opinion leaders of the ethnic nationalities who have been in touch to see that peace reigns in the country. There is no without peace there can be without peace you can never have a development anywhere in the world. So we are all working collectively to see that these issues are resolved.
Well, a lot of people will be talking about campaign funds, how these monies were spent. There have been several issues on the issues of corruption, especially how his campaign was funded and the monies given to people. Well, when a colleague of mine, Chukwuma Onekusi, asked the question to the former president, Goodluck Jonathan, and this is how he responded on the issue of corruption and the fight by President Buhari.
There are too many cases that are in court, so it will not be fair for me to make comments. I always say that at the appropriate time, when most of these things are resolved, yes, we will talk.
All of us will be waiting to see that appropriate time and what his thoughts are going to be on this matter. We're away from his visit to the issues rocking his party since he lost the presidential election in 2015. The party has things have gone really bad for the PDP. It's a situation of from bad to worse. The party, which has enjoyed over 16 years of prominence as a ruling party in government. Well, the Senator Ali Modu Sharif, the man who is seen as a factional leader of the PDP, was said to have written to INEC that INEC should not recognize the Makarfi group and the plans to stage a national convention. And part of the letter he wrote states that, and I quote now, "For the avoidance of doubt, the only body that can call for and ratify activities culminating into a national convention of a great party, the PDP, is our party's National Executive Committee, the NEC, headed by Senator Ali Modu Sharif as national chairman," end of quote. Well, the Makarfi caretaker committee, in a swift reaction, this is what they had to say on this matter, and I quote, "The ruling of Justice Okonabang, which Ali Modu Sharif is relying on, is a mere narrative of the case before the Federal High Courts in Lagos and in Port Harcourt divisions. It does not set aside or nullify the judgment of Justice Liman, which has authenticated the May 21st National Convention and the resolutions emanating therefrom." He went further to say the ruling did not anywhere direct INEC to do anything or to do anything to discharge or not to discharge any obligation to perform any function or not to perform any function, end of quote. Well, other issues generating from the PDP is that the Makarfi caretaker committee, with all of this back and forth, is going ahead to plan its national convention. The party has set up committees to plan for the national convention. Over 242 actually members of the planning committee that the party has released to be headed by Governor Nyesom Wike of Rivers State, and another committee which is called the Finance Committee, 80 of them to be headed by Governor Udom Emmanuel of Akwa Ibom State. We see how things pan out, especially as the courts are determining what is going on in the PDP. There are so many developments, isn't it? Well, here on Channels Television, we will follow and bring you up to speed as when they come. Let's take a moment, and when we return, we dive straight into the major issue of the day. It's about the economy of Nigeria, Buharinomics. What do you make of it? Join us again.